have a look at this interview. Tell me, do you believe that BlackRock, Bill Gates, have a global agenda against agriculture, the farmers, and why aren't we allowed to know what was said in that meeting with Keir Starmer, Bill Gates, BlackRock? Is it sinister? Is it a conspiracy theorist in people's heads? Have a listen to this.
BlackRock and Bill Gates are some of the biggest owners of farmland in America. Suddenly they fly over and within days the budget comes out of the blue, an attack on our farmers. I've stood next to the farmers on many protests. At the end of the day, they put food on our table, they put food in our supermarkets. Without the farmers, you know, we are screwed, really, in this country. These three things have come out of the blue and they are hurting farming terribly. In 2023, Keir Starmer said this. He said, every day seems to bring a new and existential risk to British farming. Losing a farm is not like losing any other business. You can't come back. You deserve better than that. So in 2023, he's talking up farming as being so important. Now they are risking its whole future. There's an agenda here. It doesn't make sense. As you say, to tax them for 500 million per year, but we give foreign farmers 500 million a year. So make it make sense. They're either incredibly stupid or there is a sinister agenda at play.
Well, I'm just taking 2 minutes out of my daily morning routine, and I was just thinking to myself, as we're in the middle of lambing and calving now, that how the hell are these animals to blame for climate change? And just take one stat. In America, before people went in there, there was 60 million bison roaming, chomping at the grass and releasing methane, exactly the same as what cattle are doing today. And I think there's less cattle in the United States today than there was when the bison were roaming there. But going back to my little soapbox this morning, it's all about councils, and we've seen Oxfordshire Council making all their meetings plant-based. How absolutely mental is that, you know, to save the planet? Oh my God, these are people that are elected by us, the public, and we really need to look at what's happened out in the Netherlands, where they try to take away a lot of their farms. They're trying to cut down on their nitrate levels, and they do that through government policy, and trying to take away their farms, their land, their animals. It's just not on, and we have to start to fight against these ludicrous politicians that believe that they can dictate to us what we eat, how we live. And yeah, we've got to do our bit for the environment, we've got to do our bit for climate. I'm not disputing that, but by taking away our freedom of choice to eat what we want and do what we want, that's not going to happen. Everybody can do their bit, you know. Look at where their food comes from, look at seasonality, look at sustainable food production, look at animals that are farmed regeneratively. There's lots of ways this is going to be done. And you know, for me as a farmer, looking at these creatures behind me, I really don't think they're to blame. You know, they're sequencing carbon, it's a circle. Okay, they're releasing some methane as well, but take a look at what China's happening. You know what China's doing? 2 cold stations plants a week going up in China. Nobody's even talking about it. And these creatures are to blame. We have to address the situation, but we have to wake up and start asking questions of our politicians, because we, the people, are voting them in. So have a think of next time you go into that ballot box and who you put across next to the box at, because I think it's really important going forward, understanding that we need people with common sense running the country, running government, and not muppets. Anyway, have a good day. My soapbox is over. Back to the grindstone. Living the dream.
What are called RFID or EID ear tags, electronic identification ear tags. They want to chip them all. And I've been fighting against this, and they say it's for disease traceability. If there's a brucellosis outbreak or hoof and mouth disease, we've got to know that immediately so we can isolate that animal, and et cetera. We have the very best disease traceability program anywhere in the world in the United States. It's worked beautifully for hundreds of years. It's extremely effective. We're able to isolate animals immediately if there's an issue, despite the fact, and in addition to which we have the healthiest herds of anywhere in the world. So you look at all of that, and so you think, okay, what is this really about? And then you start looking at the countries that have implemented this. Ireland implemented it in early 2022. By August of 23, they were issuing an order that they had to slaughter 41,000 head of cattle, not because of a disease outbreak, but because of global warming. In the Netherlands, Denmark, they adopted an EID mandate, and last year they imposed a $100 a head tax on every single head of cattle in the country, not because of a disease outbreak, because of global warming. So what you start seeing is how they use this information. This is a $1.2 to $1.9 billion tax on the cattle industry if it's actually